Have you ever wondered what it's like to command a massive airplane soaring through the sky? Imagine sitting at the very front of a jetliner, surrounded by a dazzling array of screens, switches and levers, each one with a specific purpose. This is where every journey begins, and where pilots transform complex technology into smooth, safe flights. The cockpit is where technology and human skill unite to make flight possible. Here, pilots rely on years of training and experience, working in perfect harmony with advanced avionics and navigation systems. Every light, dial and display tells a story about the aircraft's health and position in the sky. It's not just about buttons and lights. It's about understanding how each system works together to keep the plane airborne. Pilots must constantly monitor and adjust, making split-second decisions to ensure a safe and comfortable flight for everyone on board. From engine performance to weather updates, every detail matters. The flight management computer, for example, helps plot the most efficient route, while navigation screens provide real-time updates on the plane's location and altitude. These tools allow pilots to anticipate and respond to changing conditions, whether it's turbulence, air traffic, or shifting winds. Fasten your seatbelts as we take you inside the cockpit, the brain of the plane. This is a space where teamwork is essential, with the captain and first officer constantly communicating and cross-checking each other's actions. Everything that makes the plane fly is controlled from here, using a mix of basic controls and advanced computer systems. The throttle, yoke, and pedals are the pilot's direct link to the aircraft, while digital displays provide critical data at a glance. While it may seem complex, the principles behind these systems are surprisingly straightforward. Each control has a clear function, and pilots are trained to handle any situation, from routine operations to unexpected challenges. By the end, you'll have a new appreciation for the intricate world of aviation and the vital role of flight control systems. The next time you board a plane, you'll know just how much skill, coordination, and technology go into every flight, all orchestrated from this remarkable command center in the sky. Let's start by exploring the most recognizable and essential cockpit controls: the yoke, rudder pedals, and throttle. These are the primary tools a pilot uses to command the aircraft, and understanding how they work together is the foundation of flying. These three controls work in harmony to manage the aircraft's movement in all three dimensions: up and down, side to side, and forward speed. Each one has a unique role, but they must be used together for smooth, coordinated flight. The yoke, which looks much like a steering wheel, is the pilot's main interface for controlling pitch and roll. By pulling back or pushing forward on the yoke, the pilot raises or lowers the nose of the plane, controlling its climb or descent. Turning the yoke left or right banks the wings, allowing the aircraft to turn smoothly in the air. Manipulating the yoke is similar to steering a bicycle, but with the added dimension of vertical movement. It's a precise tool that requires a gentle touch, as even small adjustments can have a big impact on the aircraft's attitude and direction. Down on the floor, the rudder pedals control the aircraft's yaw, which is the left or right movement of the nose. Pressing the right pedal moves the nose to the right, while pressing the left pedal moves it to the left. This is especially important during turns, takeoff, and landing, helping to keep the aircraft aligned and coordinated. The throttle, usually a lever located between the seats, manages the engine's power and the aircraft's speed. Pushing the throttle forward increases power, making the plane go faster or climb, while pulling it back reduces power for descent or slower flight. Smooth throttle control is key to maintaining safe and efficient flight. Mastering these controls is essential for every pilot. It takes practice to develop the coordination and finesse needed to operate them together, especially in challenging conditions like turbulence or crosswinds. Pilots must constantly coordinate all three controls, making small adjustments to each one as they maneuver the aircraft through every phase of flight, from takeoff and climb to cruising, turning, and landing. When used skillfully, these controls transform a complex machine into a graceful flyer, allowing pilots to guide their aircraft safely and smoothly through the skies. It's a delicate dance that brings together knowledge, practice, and intuition. Beyond the basics of steering and throttle, Pilots have a suite of specialized controls at their fingertips to fine-tune every phase of flight. These controls are essential for adapting the aircraft to different situations, whether it's the high demands of takeoff, the precision needed for landing, or the stability required during cruising at altitude. Flaps and slats, which are found along the trailing and leading edges of the wings, can be extended or retracted as needed. By increasing the surface area and changing the shape of the wing, they generate extra lift at lower speeds. This allows the aircraft to take off and land safely on shorter runways, and gives pilots more control during these critical moments. Spoilers, on the other hand, are panels that pop up from the top of the wing. When deployed, they disrupt the smooth flow of air, reducing lift and increasing drag. This helps slow the plane down quickly during descent and after touchdown, making it easier to stop safely on the runway. Trim systems are another crucial tool. By making small adjustments to the control surfaces, trim helps the aircraft maintain a steady attitude and altitude without constant pressure from the pilot. It's a bit like setting cruise control in a car, allowing for smoother, more comfortable flight and reducing fatigue on long journeys. With these adjustments, pilots can keep the plane perfectly balanced, even as conditions change. This means they don't have to fight the controls to maintain level flight, freeing them to focus on navigation and communication. Each of these controls, flaps, slats, spoilers, and trim, has a unique role, but together, they form a system that makes modern flight both efficient and safe. They allow pilots to adapt the aircraft's performance to every phase of flight, from takeoff to landing. In challenging weather or turbulent air, these tools become even more important. Pilots rely on them to make quick, precise adjustments, ensuring the aircraft remains stable and passengers stay comfortable. Mastering the use of these systems is a key skill for every pilot. Fine-tuning them allows for smooth, controlled flight, no matter what the skies bring. Ultimately, it's this attention to detail and control that transforms a potentially rough ride into a seamless, enjoyable journey for everyone on board. Flying isn't just about movement, it's about knowing your position, path, and staying connected. Pilots depend on a suite of instruments and screens called glass cockpits for real-time data on position, altitude, speed, and heading. These digital displays replace old analog gauges, making information clearer and more accessible. Radio communication keeps pilots in touch with air traffic control and other aircraft, ensuring safety and coordination. GPS technology revolutionizes navigation, allowing precise routing even in poor weather. It's like having a GPS and radio dispatcher guiding you every step of the way. These systems are the pilot's eyes and ears in the sky. Modern autopilot systems are essential for reducing pilot workload and boosting safety. Autopilot doesn't fly the plane alone. It follows pilot instructions for flight path, altitude, and speed. Pilots engage autopilot after takeoff and during cruise, letting the system handle routine adjustments. This allows pilots to focus on monitoring systems and communicating, especially on long flights. Autopilot is like a skilled assistant, but the pilot always remains in command and can take over instantly. It's a partnership that keeps flights efficient and safe. Safety in aviation relies on advanced warning systems that alert pilots to potential problems. These systems constantly monitor the aircraft, providing early warnings, like a dashboard alert in your car. The Traffic Collision Avoidance System, TCAS, helps prevent mid-air collisions by detecting nearby aircraft and issuing alerts. Ground Proximity Warning Systems, GPWS, warn if the plane is too close to terrain, while stall warnings alert if lift is lost. These systems act as a safety net, giving pilots crucial seconds to react. They're the unseen guardians of every flight. With these safeguards, pilots can prevent accidents before they happen. From takeoff to landing, pilots coordinate all cockpit controls for a safe journey. Takeoff begins with throttle for power, yoke and rudder for direction, and a gentle pull to lift off. During cruise, autopilot maintains course while pilots monitor systems and communicate. As descent begins, pilots reduce power, adjust pitch, and extend flaps and slats for a smooth approach. Final approach requires precise control with yoke and rudder, aligning the plane for landing. Spoilers deploy after touchdown to slow the aircraft. Pilots steer to the gate, completing the flight. This coordination, paired with constant vigilance, makes air travel remarkably safe.